Hi everyone, my name is Kendra. I am 34 years old from Columbia, South Carolina, and welcome to Blend of Ken. I wanted to name my channel Blend of Ken because it's basically going to be a mixture of all types of topics. You may find my VSG journey as well as makeup, as well as skincare, self-care, mental health talkings, about a little bit of everything. So that's why I wanted to name my channel that. I won't see myself targeting one thing in particular. So that's the reason why I chose that. So yeah, I am excited. I'm nervous because I'm not media or techie savvy at all. My videos are going to be pretty simple until I continue to grow, level up, and learn more about YouTube, the channel, and everything that it entails. I'm so new to this. It's something that I've always wanted to do, is start a channel and talk about all kind of things, because everything is not for social media in the sense of, posting videos or posting your personal opinions on Instagram, Facebook, things like that. And, I just don't have time to be going back and forth and arguing with people about my personal opinions. So I wanted to probably channel them here. I want to promote my channel, but I also kind of feel that I want my channel to grow organically. So of course all of my close friends and family would know that I have the channel, and if they want to share, please do so. My VSG date, my surgery date, was October 14th, so I am 2 weeks post-op. And I'm going to talk about everything that I've dealt with, what I'm currently dealing with, how I feel, how I felt, what I'm currently doing, what I plan to do, goals, dreams, all of that stuff. I am going to discuss all of that. My highest weight was 326, and I am 5'10", so I'm fairly tall. I've always been a tall girl, always been on the heavier side of things. So, in my family, this is what we look like. So I never felt that my weight was a problem. I never felt my weight was a problem until I started to cross over into the 300s. I didn't cross over to 300 pounds until I had my son, but to me it was like, well, I'm pregnant. I just had a baby, of course. But then I gained more weight after I had my son, and I had already gained about 30 pounds being pregnant with him. So that's basically 60 pounds since before I got pregnant and had my son 5 and some change years ago. And I just didn't think that was okay. I felt disgusted with myself because I was like, how did I let myself get this big, And so I just started thinking about what I was going to do next. And I thought about, what, let me look into weight loss surgery. So basically started with a doctor's visit. I got my tonsils taken out a few years ago, and my doctor told me, okay, hey, we got your tonsils out, but until you lose weight, your sleep apnea may not improve that much. It'll do something, but it may not improve that much. You're going to still need to lose weight. And I said, okay. And he said, have you thought about weight loss surgery? Nope, never did. He said, I'm going to give you a referral, go upstairs, talk to them. Did that, told them what I was interested in. They gave me a pamphlet. They gave me a link. I put in my information. I had to watch a video. And then after I did that, they would contact me. So once they got all of my insurance information, they told me what my insurance was going to require. And that started with 6 months of weight management. So I found my primary care doctor and I started my weight loss management there. So once my weight loss management started, that's 6 months. So basically it was like 7 visits, which felt like 7 months of going to the doctor every month, setting a weight loss goal, setting a diet regimen to get started. And so after the 6 months, I will report back to the bariatric center that I chose, which is Lexington Bariatric Surgery in Lexington, South Carolina. And that started the process. So I had a certain amount of different appointments and visits where I got introduced to who my surgeon would be, my nurse, who my personal nurse would be. We talked about which surgery that I felt was right for me. And I felt like VSG would be perfect for me because it was less invasive and it felt like it wasn't going to be so much in terms of recovery. It only required a 1-night stay. Now, of course, fast forwarding to the surgery date, I didn't know I would stay 2 nights, but that was because the anesthesia just took me for such a loop. I just wasn't expecting that. So, but nonetheless, what it does is just, say for instance, your stomach is this big, and all it does is they'll take 80% of your stomach and you're working with this. So that's a small amount of food that your body can hold at a time. So it basically prevents you from being able to overeat. Now, I have done a lot of research and I've seen so many variables of people who have gained weight after surgery, who haven't lost much, and who regret it and things like that. I don't find that to be where I am in my process personally, but you know, it can happen. I don't foresee that happening for me because I'm going to stay as strictly close to what they're requiring me to do so that my success would be favorable. Yep, so then I had to get like an endoscopy done where they basically are checking everything within you, outside of you, through and through, to make sure that your body can handle. I had a lot of different tests that I had to do. Can't remember all of them, but just basically giving me a deep look at the whole body as a whole. I basically had to see every specialty to make sure that I was healthy enough to withstand this. And then at that point, I had to do a psych eval where I spoke with the therapist or a counselor or whatever, psychiatrist, and they asked me a bunch of questions and things like that. And at the end of that, they told me, you know what, you're going to have to do 6 months of therapy before we'll sign off on this. And that pissed me off because I'm like, I'm ready to get this shit done now, okay? But that's what she recommended. And in hindsight, I'm so thankful that she did that because this was a big deal when I wasn't grasping how serious this is. So I got referred to a few places and I landed on 2 Black women who are very, very, very great. And even after the process, after the required 6 months, I still see them. So that part I absolutely don't regret either. And I was pissed because I was like, this is going to stall my process. This is going to make me give up. But I'm glad that I did the counseling, and it definitely wasn't a regretful thing to do. So after the counseling, everything got sent to insurance. Normally it takes about 20 days for insurance to have to respond back and say yes or no. It only took them maybe about 10 days, and they said yes. So I had my first surgery date of September 9th, but because of COVID, it got postponed to October 14th, which was great. Let me tell you, I was so scared. I was scared as shit, okay? It got real once I got to the office. They, go through the whole preliminary stuff. They start hooking you up. They put the IVs in and they start doing all this shit, right? And I'm like, wow, it's really happening. And I got terrified. I was so nervous, and it's like, I wanted to document my journey, but shit, once I got in the hospital and I really started to get suited and booted, I was like, I'm not going to be able to record this. I'm going to have to wait. And I was so groggy after surgery and everything went well. Thankfully, I'm so thankful that I wanted to record that too. But I was just so foggy after surgery, I wasn't able to do so. So I'm going to talk about where I am right now. All right. So normally you only have to stay in the hospital for 1 day. I had to stay for 2 days because the anesthesia threw me for such a loop. And they want to make sure that you're able to get down your fluids without nausea. I did throw up once. But after that, I was fine. After surgery, there is a post-op diet involved where the first week is full liquid. So it's broth, it's water, sugar-free popsicles. You can have Jell-O, things like that. Unsweetened and decaf tea or coffee. That was the pre-op diet for a week. And then for the next 2 weeks after that, then you can have soft foods and soft liquids, which is soft plain grits, soft prepared thin oatmeal. You can still have your Jell-O. You can still have all of those things, but that's for 2 weeks. That's currently where I am now. And let me tell you, it has been terribly hard. Terribly hard. Okay? I'm going to let you know right now, I cheated the diet. I upgraded myself to soft oatmeal maybe 2 days earlier than I should have. So far, so good. I just couldn't take it anymore. Now, I will say that the first 4 days, I wasn't thinking about food. But once I started to feel better, it was kind of like, okay. Where's the food? I'm going to just be honest. Like, it was so hard. And I legit do have an unhealthy relationship with food. I celebrate with food. I mourn with food. You need food to live. You need food to feed the kids. Like, food is everywhere. And by no means am I saying do what I did. I feel very strongly that I am taking the process very seriously, but I got hungry. And it wasn't like, oh, I just want something. You have to understand that the pre-op diet was also very, very difficult. Now, you're taking someone that has an unhealthy relationship with food, that does fat shit. I do fat shit. Okay? I was doing fat shit. And completely flipping a switch, and you're only able to eat things that are a small fraction of what you normally are used to doing. So my pre-op diet was a protein shake, a protein snack, a protein shake for lunch, a PM snack, which was a fruit, and a small sensible meal at dinner. Now, the sensible meal for dinner would be a small meat and vegetables and non-starchy vegetables. And that's what I had to eat, and I had to do that for 10 days. Now, that wasn't that hard, but it was very hard. And I had lost close to 10 pounds prior to surgery from the pre-op diet alone. So we're going from pre-op all the way out to post-op 1 week. And it's like, oh God, I was hungry. Okay. It was so bad that when I would feed the kids, I would literally have to come in my room and close the door. I have to cook food for them, but I can't eat the shit. And I couldn't do it. I had to come in here and close my door. I could not smell it, see it, nothing. It was hard to do. So I upgraded myself. And let me tell you, that first bowl of mashed potatoes that I had was the best thing that had ever happened to me that month, okay? It was so delicious. It was delicious. And I don't regret it. And it wasn't necessarily that I was 100% off the course. It's just that I upgraded myself a day or two early. So don't regret that. I did incorporate some things that I should not have, which was absolutely full throttle cheating. But I cautiously chewed, and I cautiously made sure that it wasn't off the charts of what I should have ate. I had very soft canned meat that was already in soup. I should have strained it, but I didn't. I ate it because I needed that. I just did. So I haven't been like out of control. It's just more of slightly testing the waters to see what I could do. And let me say this for the people in the front, the middle, and the back. Do not do what I did. I want you to stick strictly to what your doctor has told you to do. Okay? I'm not promoting unhealthy behavior. I'm not promoting what I had done. I'm just telling you I cheated a little bit. Okay? Cautiously and carefully and slowly incorporated little tiny things. And that was more so because I was starting to get very sad and depressed about what I could and couldn't have. And cooking for 2 children, having to have snacks and stuff in the house for them, it was very, very hard and very tempting. So I might have added a little cheese in the grits. I might have added, a little butter, which I only use the Parkway because that's a substitute. I might have added a little pinch. I might have had an egg. I should not have had an egg yet. Shouldn't have had an egg yet, but that boiled egg was just calling my name, and I don't even like boiled eggs. I love sweet shit, but I haven't found myself feeling like I need to have something sweet at the end of a meal, which is great. So I'm definitely making strides. I've lost 27 pounds so far, and I'm thankful for that. I am starting to walk again. I started walking this week, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, taking it slow because my incisions are still pretty sore in my midsection. So I'll start to ramp up the working outs as time goes on.